Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Xavier Smith, and today I'm going to go over ionic compounds with polyatomic ions in them. So let's start off right away. PbSO4. We know Pb is lead and SO4 is sulfate. So now we know Pb is a transition metal, and we don't know what type of lead this is. So we're going to look at the charge of sulfate. Sulfate is SO4 2 negative, so sulfate is 2 minus, and then that means Pb has to be 2 plus because there's one of each. So it'll be lead 2 sulfate. Or you could call this like plumbous sulfate, but I'd stick with lead 2. Also, you're not supposed to capitalize, which I did. Now, let's go to Cu2CrO4. So this is like copper. There's copper, and then there's chromate. But again, copper is a transition metal, so let's find the charge. Chromate is CrO4 2 negative, and since we have 2 coppers to make up for that 2 negative, we know that copper has to be 1 here, because there's 2 coppers, so 2 of 1 equals 2, and then chromate is 2. So like 2 plus 2 minus will equal 0. So we'll just say copper 1 chromate. All right. Then Ba parentheses is important because this will dictate charge. BaNO3 twice. So if we look at nitrate, then we're like, okay, nitrate is NO3 negative, and there's 2 nitrates. So if barium was like a transition metal, this would be important because we'd say, oh, the transition metal's charge is 2. But barium, we already know, is 2 plus. So 2 plus, 2 minus, doesn't even matter. Like when it's not a transition metal, doesn't matter. You don't need to do these signs. All you need to say is, well, that's barium, right? And then that is nitrate. So that's all you have to do. Now, we do PbClO2 taken 4 times. This is where it's important that the parentheses are here, because ClO2 is chlorite, because chlorate is ClO3 negative. Chlorite is 1 less oxygen. It's ClO2 negative. So this is 1 negative. There are 4 of them to make up for the lead. So this is 4 negative on this side. And now we have to make the middle 4 plus. So we're just saying lead is 4 plus. So we will say lead 4, and then this will be chlorite. The ite is important there because there's 1 less oxygen. If there were 2 less oxygens, if it was ClO, we'd say hypochlorite. And if there was 1 more, like if it was ClO4, then we would say perchlorate. Okay, then nickel nitrate. Now we're going backwards. So we know nitrate is NO3 negative. So we know this is 1 minus. And nickel, it's a transition metal, but it doesn't tell us the charge. So that means we have to assume it's 2. So 2 plus. So our answer will be Ni, and then parentheses, when you have more than one of one of these compounds, parentheses NO3 taken twice, because if you cross, the 2 will be on nitrate, the 1 will be on nickel. Okay, now ammonium sulfite. We know ammonium is NH4 plus, which is 1 plus, and then sulfite is SO3 2 negative, because sulfate's SO4 2 negative. So this will be 2 negative. So we will need 2 ammoniums per sulfite by like crossing. So this will be parentheses NH4 twice, and then just sulfite, which is SO3. Okay, now iron 2 chromate. The 2 Roman numerals means that the charge of the iron is 2 plus. So we know that iron is 2 plus. Now, the chromate we know is CrO4 2 negative. So if you try crossing here, you're going to get like Fe2, like parentheses, CrO4 2. But this 2 to 2 ratio simplifies to 1 to 1. So what we're going to do is really say FeCrO4. And remember, when you're just writing out like a transition metal, like up here Pb or Fe, if you're putting like the symbol, you don't have to put the charge, because it's implied that the person that's doing this problem should be able to find the charge. Like if you see FeCrO4, you know, well, chromate's 2 negative, so that means the iron has to be 2 negative as well. Okay, well, 2 plus. And then sodium nitrate. So sodium is a 1 plus, and nitrate is NO3 negative, so 1 minus. So we'll just say NaNO3. And that's the basics of ionic compounds with polyatomic ions. So I hope this video was helpful. Please comment any questions, and thank you for watching.